It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. June 28th, just like that. Before you know it, next week will be the 4th. The 4th of July. The 4th of July. So we're here to talk about some real estate. Huh?
You popping fireworks?
I hadn't done that in a long time. They always talk about these kids today and stuff. Yeah, we just didn't have the options that they had. I mean, my cousin, we used to find an old pipe or something, and we'll be shooting bottle rockets at each other.
Yeah.
Hey,
there's too many other things to do now.
Hey, man, we used to do some dangerous stuff, dude. Telling you, as they say, days are gone. But to answer your question, no. Yeah, big no. I don't even go to the fireworks things that they be having.
Too many people.
Depending on where you live at in Birmingham, because it's so mountainous, people might not know that about this area. It's real hilly, that you can see it from different points or whatever, even though it's a vast area. But I'm just saying, just depending on, because they normally shoot it from like a couple of, it's done in several locations, but one of them, I think they call it fireworks from the mountain or something like that. Somebody from Birmingham correct me.
So you can see it from anywhere.
A lot of places, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Even if you do a lot of miles out or whatever, you can still possibly see it, whatever. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they do that on the 4th, or?
Yeah, do it on the 4th for sure. I don't know if they do it on New Year's Eve, but I know they do it on the 4th.
What's up?
Something on the mountain. I can't think of what they call it. You got the little Vulcan thing here, and it's on like at a real high peak within the closer to the downtown area or whatever. So
I understand.
But yeah, so we won't go too off track today. I'm trying to hook up my teleprompter here.
Oh, okay.
And I was here plenty of time. I don't know why I'm tripping.
Well, you use that iPad for other things, right?
Yeah. So like a teleprompter. So what I do is I connect it to the I just lay it up. Yeah, I need this charge. I just lay it up there on the teleprompter. And I can see, I can see you and me without having to look down at the laptop or whatever. So it just helps me to look into the actual screen instead of looking down, So that's the main thing. But yeah, so people pile in here. We do some Q&A, doing some property evaluations, tell you what to offer. At least my 2 cents on it last night on Flippenar. What was it? Flippenar 313, I think. We had a pretty good topic. What was it? What was it last night? It was how to find mom and pop multifamily owners with ease. Flippenar 313. It's a playoff how to do it with self-storage, but also I tell you, number one, how to do it using Yellow Pages and ChatGPT, which are 2 free tools. And I guess I'll create a specific GPT for the multifamily, but the storage snowball GPT list builder, it works it works still the same. You know what I'm saying? Just don't only keep the name of the apartment complex, the phone number, and the address. That's all you need. Right. And it'll build it in a table for you that now you can target multifamily, right? Off market in most cases. Now, just understand that the larger the city, the more likely you're going to get property managers. I'm not telling you to avoid those. I'm just telling you what to expect, right? So the smaller, the smaller the city, in a lot of cases, the smaller the facility. A complex or apartment building or buildings, more likely going to probably get the owner on the phone. But you're just taking out, because it's millions of them. And from my research, it's like 2 or 3 million that's the property is in the owner's name, not in an LLC or anything. So that's mom and pop as it gets, as far as an identifier, right? And so, the whole purpose is obviously to find a deal, but my goal is to, number one, make it easy for you to do from, as I say on the shirt, anywhere, everywhere. Basically from your laptop, anywhere in the country, using Yellow Pages, which is free, using Storage Snowball, GPT, aka Chat GP, for free. And so I go through that entire process of doing that. Then you can access the script on what to say. Now I need to add an additional script just for the cold calling, because the script that's in there now is more when you're calling on warm leads, which are for sale by owners, multifamily on Zillow. So the opening will be a little different, because if someone's trying to sell something, it's already a warm lead. They want to sell, so they put their contact information out there. Whereas in this situation, that opening statement will be a little different. So I'll add it in there into that Telegram group. Just text the word ball to be add to access that particular Telegram group. Telegram is free. So, and I'm pushing as much of my people audience over there as possible that like what we got to say, because it's just a easier method of communication. Doesn't cost me anything to do it, which is what I really like. And it's just a more of a community builder, because everybody can see everybody's responses and all that stuff too. So depending on what group you're in. So I think I just got that as a channel. So the other one that you need to get into, where you can post your deals that you want evaluated or whatever, ask questions, is a push. If you text the word push to 205-964-5243, it'll give you an opportunity to get in that group. The other one is just a channel with the information on the scripts or whatever, but this one is an actual what's the name. So there you go. So you can let me know when we're ready to rock.
All right.
Rock.
Like, share, and was it like, share,
subscribe,
and follow,
depending on where you are.
All right, folks. First one up is Maurice Wilson asks, can we submit storage to you even if they're listed on the MLS?
No, we're not interested.
All right.
Not interested, because you're not, if we want to do that, we could just do that, right? Those are already heavily shopped. Those are normally priced full price or higher. We're not into. Not saying you couldn't negotiate something into a great deal, but it's just tougher. It just makes it harder when something is already advertised for sale. I know you want the low-hanging fruit, but it actually would turn into being harder and more frustrating, because you lose so much control over the deal. Number one, that is already advertised, and in a lot of cases, it's being advertised through a broker that's going to have their 2 cents as far as influencing the decision maker, which is the owner. We rather deal directly with the owner, so there's no influence from an outside source that's worried about their money, aka a broker. But on top of that, when it's off market, now we can control where and how it's being marketed, even though you're letting the owner know that you are going to wholesale it by not actually saying you're wholesaling it. But no, we're not interested in those at all. Once we pull it up and see that it's listed, you might not even get a reply back because you didn't follow instructions.
All right. Sandy Norman asks, going to walk this property tomorrow. Just want a second opinion on what to offer. Never done a deal with a pool. And then she provides the address in Freeport, Texas.
Freeport, Texas. All right. All right. Texas non-disclosure, so it's going to be a little different process. We'll probably use PropStream also, aka deal you later, just in case. But look at him, look at him, look at him. What's the address?
It's 1424 North Avenue F. F is in Frank.
All right. So, okay. So this is a house. All right. Let me see here. Let me just share my screen. I won't have to worry about investor base on this. Look at him, look at him, look at him. All right. So I got it pulled up here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add it, treat it as the target. Okay. And then I'll click here in the screen. So there it is right there next to the Brazos River. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So I'm going to zoom out. So we're going to be right in this area here, right? So we know we're here. So I'm going to remove this boundary. And then I am going to go here to reset all filters. So Texas, so it won't show a sold price. As you notice, if I put it, it'll say sold in the date, but it won't show a sold price. So that's understood. So we're going to go here for sale. Hopefully got some activity in there when we do. So I'm going to zoom in. So now I am going to use the draw tool, right? Boom. And we're going to capture those. Not the best way of going about it, but it gives us a general idea of, what normally these are agents and they're using their MLS data to identify what they probably should sell it for. So that should give us some insight here. So let's see what we got. All right. So
Sandy is saying owner said it's never flooded as well. It's inside the levee.
I got you. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So all right. So your property is a lot bigger than these. Number one, most of these properties are only the biggest one is 1,400 square feet and everything is less. So cool. Now over here, it looks like the price per square foot that they're trying to sell these properties for, man, that's a really little small one there. I'm going to just remove that one altogether. And okay, they only did $50 a square foot on that one. I'm going to remove that. All right, so it looks like, and this is an outlier up here too, I think. Looks like the average price per square foot is around $113 a square foot based on what these agents say is going on in here, right? So we're going to roll with that. I'll roll with that number, which gives us a suggested ARV of around 207. It says 214 here was his estimate, so we're close. All right, so what is the seller asking? What was her name?
Sandy.
Sandy, what was the seller asking would be great. All right, so if I just dive into the calculator here, and if it's livable, you're trying to make 10% of this number is roughly 20 grand. All right, if we use that number, you need to be 80K or below, put it back up there at 100 for buyers. If it's not livable, then you're going to need to be probably 50K and below and put it back out there around 70. So there you go.
Sandy is saying he's going off the tax assessment at 175K.
And where I say it need to be? I said 80 and 50. Yeah. 175?
Yeah.
This house like it needs work. Well, I say that. It might be in some good condition. It might be in pretty good condition. But regardless, he's too close to full price. But offers are free. Saying I don't have that shirt on today, but offers are free. So ideally, if it were me, you go out there and see it for the experience. But you know where you probably need to be. You're roughly 100 off if it's livable.
All righty. Krillin's Goku, best friend, Flipman for Fizzbowls. Do I get the listing prices they had to go away? I don't know what that means.
Well, I guess what he's asking is if for the Fizzbowls that I put out the training for that, the free training on that is if they agree to all the other stuff that we're trying to do, the final step is you put it on the contract that they need to remove the listing off Zillow. That's a deal breaker, and that's defeating the whole purpose of what we're doing, right? So, but yeah.
Because that probably shows on Zillow, right?
Oh, yeah.
Previous.
If it's sell by owner, if that's where they had it listed, it's gonna.
I guess it wouldn't matter if you got it for less than what it was.
I guess it technically wouldn't, and then they know you're going to be shopping it to invest. I guess it would. It just needs to be a lot less, if it's that situation.
A lot less, yeah.
Like a lot less. You know what I'm saying? So, and I guess when you have a conversation with investors, because I normally don't do it this way, so we really think it through it right now. When you have the conversation with investors, say it is listed for this. The seller knows I'm wholesaling it, but this is what we're selling it at now, right? So, so I guess it technically won't matter. Ideally, I would like them to remove it or whatever, but you could always have that conversation with each investor.
Because what he's saying is, but the price history doesn't go away.
Well, the price history is the price history. That's irrelevant. It's what you can get it for today. Just they may have paid $200,000 for it 2 years ago, but if and it's worth $300, I don't know, and it's worth $200. Let's just say that. But you get it for $125. It is what it is. They don't care, So it's just, the numbers just still to work. The price history is going to be there anyway, unless you're in a non-disclosure state like Texas or Missouri, and some of the other ones. So,
all right, Michael Dickey wants a property comp. Says good afternoon and gives the address. This is in Owen Mill, Maryland.
Owen Mill, Maryland. Hello, Maryland. All right, so that's what we got.
It's a 12004 Park Heights Avenue. 12004.
Owens. All right. All right, this one here we're going to be able to use cashbuyers.ai, aka investors, what do you call it? Investor base. So let me get that pulled up here. Look at him. Let me grab this address. So give me a moment just to build a case. This property, it says it's up for auction, so I'm assuming that it's a pre-foreclosure. Question for this individual: have you spoken to the owner on this before we dive too deep on this one?
It's Mikey Dickey.
Mikey Dickey, are you dealing with the owner?
Michael A. Dickey.
Oh, this one is going to be heavily targeted, because it is a pre-foreclosure in this area. So I didn't pull anything. Interesting. That's right outside of Baltimore. Give me a second, guys. Okay, it's not a ton of activity up in here, which is very interesting. How big is this place? It's only 1,400 square feet. So we got one that sold for $320. Got another one sold for
And you wanted to know what it's okay. He's just responding. It was sent by a realtor.
So you're not dealing. So what? But when with the realtor sending it, like, or is the realtor dealing directly with the owner on this? See, the reason that's important, if the realtor just operating from a list, like everybody, all the other realtors, is just being heavily shopped around on this particular property, and this makes it tough. I'll go ahead and I'll still do our thing on it. It's not a lot of buyer activity on it. I don't like that part of it for some odd reason. But let's see what type of activity Zillow shows in here. So I got it added, as you see. All right, I'm going to zoom out, and I'll hit reset all filters. All right, reset all filters. We're right in this area here. So I'm going to use the draw tool. All right, I'll just stay right there around it. And let's see, sold. So we got a lot of activity. I don't know why it's not showing. Must not be a lot of investor activity in there, which is normally odd. All right, so the property I think was down here. So it's right there. Okay, I'm just trying to see exactly where it is. So I like these right here, just closest by it. All right, so here's one. So let's do this. So I'm gonna use the draw tool again. So I'm gonna get more. Just try these ones right in here, right by it. See how many that is? Too many. All right. Let's do this. Let's do the last 90 days. See what happens. Nothing. All right. Let's do the last 12 months. One. So let's do any. So that's what it is. We'll just do any. And let me remove that again. I'm trying to find the ones that sold at its highest. So we got this one. Man, those some big houses. Let's try this here first. Boom. All right, we'll do those three first. I'll do down. Boom. All right, we got those three. Let's remove. So now let's do down in this area here, maybe. Boom. All right. All right. All right. We're building our case. We're building our case. All right. And or the price is much different on this side than that side. Look like they are, so I won't fool with that. All right, so let's see what we got here. So ours is a 1940 bill, so we got 93, 95. Ooh, those are a lot newer. Ooh, don't like that. These are some humongous houses. So I know I'm not going to use those, right? Man, this house is an outlier in this neighborhood.
Like they would tear that down. Great.
Yeah. Just build a whole nother house. Yeah, exactly. If you can get that kind of bread for it.
Yeah.
Looks like they have it priced around where it probably really needs to be, because look like these prices per square foot it averages out to $202 a square foot. So it's where it needs to be as far as that. Now, but it looks like you can, I wonder how big that lot is. Let's do this. Let me go back. So this what makes comping a little difficult sometimes. So how big is this lot right here? So because you look like you can command that type of bread over there if you can get that type of square footage on a lot, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how big this lot is. So that's sitting on an acre, right? So how big is yours? Sitting on an acre and some change. Your lot is like 0.33. You feel me? So you're not gonna be able to get the same size property on there. Let's look at this one here. Matter of fact, let's just look at this one here. So How big is this lot? All right, this may be more of a representation. So that's over an acre. So your lot is so much smaller than that's going to be the issue or whatever. So going back to where is it? So that number is probably a pretty good number, right? And so with that being said, livable, trying to make 20, 10% would be 28,000 and some change. So I'm just going to say 25, just to round down a little bit. You need to be in the low hundreds, 140 or less to make 25, around 165 or so. If it's not livable, then, you're talking 120 or less and back out there around 145 or so on that one. But again, sent from a realtor, she probably sent it to 300 or 400 people. I said she, or the realtor, she or he sends it to 300 or 400 people. Going to probably be tough to do something on that.
For sure.
Yeah. I would like to know her role in the deal. She's dealing with the seller. She just got it from another realtor or something. So, but that's going to be a tough one anyway. So they'll move it. I mean, tough because the competition is going to be fierce on it. But, offers are free. Now you're dealing with a realtor. They're going to want $1,000 earnings money. You want proof of funds.
Brandon Lewis made a statement. Thanks for the beginners playlist list. Learning a lot.
Boom. Thank you, sir. I don't hear that. I don't hear that often that people think that list is good. I probably need to revamp it. I need to revamp it or whatever to update some of the ones that are selected in there. So
Marjorie Richardson's states, I want my daddy's records. Great podcast. Where your shades at?
I got them, Mike. Hey, some of y'all might not know, man. Hey, I want my daddy's records. Blind Mellow Jelly.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. All right, what we got?
That was it. Actually.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Friday,
so yeah, what she's referring to last night, I'm trying to. Now, obviously, I'm in the real estate business, do deals, sell courses.
Marjorie said, yes.
Got some affiliate stuff going. Some of the tools that we offer. All that is being said that I'm an entrepreneur first, right? Just real estate has been the way I made the most money, but I'm always interested in stuff that just gets me excited to see different ways people make money. Now, my hobby, I'm really techie, not as techie as the guy on the screen with me, but that I'm highly interested in stuff, right? And so, obviously, I think I don't know if I had noticed TikTok Shop before, or you turned me on to it or whatever, but since I already have an audience built, at least 1,000 member, 1,000 follower minimum requirement to be able to do an affiliate or sell your own product. So last night I thought, I signed up for these shades to promote these shades. You can buy 3 of these in different colors for like $25, but it's on TikTok Shop. So I had these on last night. I'm just referencing why she said that last, because obviously she was on there last night, and I was referencing an episode of Sanford and Son where Fred was a big fan of this deceased artist named Blind Mellow Jelly, and Fred had a collection of records from him, like the 45s that were valuable, single 45s. If you don't know what that is, Google it or Chat GPT it. So Lamont thought it was a good idea to give them to the library or museum because the historical value of them. And Fred didn't like that, and so Lamar went in and did it. And later on, Fred, somebody came to ask, to buy the records from Fred for a substantial amount of money for him at that time. And so Fred wanted to get the records back. So his scheme that he came up with was Bubba, one of his homeboys, was going to be Blind Melageli's son, and he wanted his daddy's records back. And so when they went to the library or museum to go get them back, the only thing Bubba would say, I want my daddy's records. Fred did all the talking.
Right. No, I don't remember that episode in detail like that. I just remember the part where he was saying, I want my daddy's records.
Yeah, I want my daddy's records. So they asked Bubba, so that's all he would say. like on Guardians of the Galaxy, I am Groot.
I am Groot. That is so funny though. I mean, but they know what he's saying, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? We can only listen to what they're saying to know what he's saying.
But yeah, so anyway, that's what she's referencing. So she asked me where the shades at. So here they come.
Brandon Lewis is talking about when Fred Sanford used to put his hand on his heart. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's class. That's a class. Yeah.
About to join you.
First 3 seasons unmatched. First 3 seasons.
Have you gotten? Even though we don't even do DVDs like we used to, but have you ever had the entire?
I did back in the early 2000s.
Before
all the streaming existed. I had all of them, and
although I got a cousin that swears by still watching DVDs for certain movies. He says the surround sound is better.
I don't know about that. I don't even own a DVD player.
No, me either.
I had went years before I even owned one. I just don't consume TV in that way. Or what I watch a lot more than I should, I'm sure, but I don't consume it in that way. I don't know why. I just like to flip the channels or whatever, even though I might stay on the channel for a long time. But I don't even own a CD player, a DVD player. But you'll see in the stores like Walmart, they'll have the little bin with just tons of them. So I guess the Blu-ray. I never owned one of those. I don't know what the difference is supposed to be in that. What's supposed to be the difference?
With the sound quality when you're doing surround sound.
Okay.
Supposedly it's supposed to be better, but I have a tendency to not feel like it makes that big of a difference.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I can't tell. You know what I'm saying? Just you could probably I could probably tell that they taste different, like Coke, Pepsi. But if you didn't tell me which one,
it's a big difference. I think I've heard you say that before. Pepsi and Coke.
I ain't saying they're not different. I ain't saying they're not different. I couldn't tell you which one is which because I'll drink both.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I consume a lot of
I feel like Pepsi is just a little bit sweeter.
I guess, I wouldn't even know. I couldn't tell you or whatever. So
I've tried to get away from any of that. Like,
I drink 90% water. It might not it's probably 95% water. If I have a soda, it's almost like I'm eating a dessert or something. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's just like I just feel like I just want to drink one or whatever. I'm gonna send you this thing that even though the show is called My First Million, but they had this guy on there just talk about how sickness and disease and all the different foods. There's plenty of stuff out there, but he like really breaks it down how far it goes back to John D. Rocker.
I will watch it too.
Yeah,
John that's what I'm normally watching on Netflix is documentaries like that.
Yeah, and just how they is literally by design the way we eat. With the preservatives and the way the food is processed, and not to teach you how to eat properly from the beginning. You create the medication. That's where the money made to keep you alive. You know what I'm saying? The medications to keep you alive. And even though you could do the same thing through what we eat with less health issues or whatever. But
I'll definitely watch that. Send that for sure.
So anyway, so y'all ain't got no question, man. We're just get off. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about Blind Mellow Jelly.
We go back with Seven.
I'm here.
Martin. Now, did you used to watch Martin though?
Okay. So my thing with Martin is, I watched episodes, but I couldn't. I'm talking about. So that was the time when I was in college, and right after I was in college, right? So out of college. So I always worked night jobs, right? And so I missed them. You know what I'm saying? So like I missed them. I wasn't seeing, you know, when they was like, it was in this live rotation when they were making new ones.
It was coming on.
Yeah, so I you know, I didn't see them. So when I watched it's funny, but you know, it ain't up there for me as far as, you know, like my funniest stuff or whatever.
I've always felt like Martin took a key from Fred Sanford in that banter between him and Pam.
Oh yeah, like what Elston, yeah, that was the dog. That's the king of it, man.
Yeah.
You know, that first 3 seasons, I say it got watered down for some reason for 4, 5, 6, however many it was after that. But that first 3 seasons, oh my God, man, that stuff. I watch it, I watch it just like, and I know what they finna say, and it's just like the first time I'm watching it, man. It is so funny to me. I remember my nephew when he's sorry, but he was I hope he ain't watching it. My mama be mad.
Does he watch it? Because
no, my mama watched. She about it. She said that with her mouth poked out right now. But anyway, I remember when he used to come up here and stay with me, like when he was like 12, 13. Right. And that's when I had them DVDs, right? And so I just sit there and just watch them and stuff. And I guess I was torturing him because he couldn't get it. You know, he couldn't get this. That stuff a lot older than me too, because it's old. I was too young. I was born at the time when it was out, but it was way above my head. You know what I'm saying? The comedy. And so it was above his head, the comedy. So when he got older, like when in his 20s, and he watched it, he said, "Oh, I see." He can see now, you know, what the punchlines and why it was so funny, even though he couldn't really reference the things that they would talk about the timeline, but you still know when Fred tell Esther, say, "Esther, I could take your face, put it in some dough and make some gorilla cookies."
But as much as I'm surprised you got rid of the DVDs though.
I don't even know where they at. They just probably got lost up in some moves.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? They just got lost up in some moves or whatever. That's all. Or whatever. So
Marjorie Richardson asks, I do have a question. I am working with a broker. How do I put at ease so he knows he can make money, and so can I?
Okay, great question. Really good question. Great question.
And Joe Grill, we are doing comp. So if you have a property to comp, just put it in.
We're doing comps, man. Great question.
Marjorie, that's Marjorie. Mm-hmm.
If you can get a broker to number one listen to you, right? And if it's a listing broker, the one that's dealing with the seller, if you can get them to listen to you, and some of them will get it off the top. Oh, I can double dip, right? So, example, let's say a house was listed for $100,000. Okay, and the normal fee for brokers, agents, 6%. In most cases, it's rare, even in the dual agent state, meaning they can represent the seller and the buyer. It's rare a seller will get in the residential world now. They will find the buyer, find the deal with the seller, the listing, and find the buyer for it. Normally, they're dependent on another agent, maybe in their same office, but a lot of times not even in the same office, to produce the buyer, the qualified buyer. So now they have to split that 6%. So now it's down to 3%. So 3% on $100,000 is $3,000. And if you're not the broker, you're an agent, you're going to still have to give your broker a percentage of that. That's the pimp game. I ain't hating on it. I'm just putting a label on it, right? Okay. So that's $3,000. All right. Now, if that same $100,000 house, and they can double dip, meaning they can represent the seller and the buyer side, you offer them $60,000. Guess what 6% of $60,000 is? $3,600. $40,000 difference, reduction in price, and they still make more. They make $600 more than the way the normal process would work. A lot of agents don't automatically get that. They always have in their mind, if I sell it for less, I'm going to make less. No,
Right.
not necessarily. If you can double dip, right? But a lot of them will be greedy. They want to double dip and still sell at 100,000 and make 6,000. I get that,
Right.
but that's the way it's not normally going to happen like that. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't get that, hey, you are repeat business for them, right? Most agents, in my opinion, they should have a real estate investor mindset first. Listing the property is your last result when the seller is going to want a price that doesn't make sense on for an investment or terms that don't make sense. Then we'll list it. But they should be looking at it from an investment standpoint first for their own individual investing before they just list them. But hey, that's what makes the world go round. A lot of agents get that. They only have the license as a tool to find great real estate deals for their own personal investing. When that doesn't work, then I'll list it. You know what I'm saying? So then I'll list it. But me making money as an investor is first, listing it is second. Now in the commercial world, they prefer to define the deal, meaning the seller and the buyer for it. That's the way they like to get down. They like to double dip. And they'll deal with another broker, but ideally they want it all done on both sides of it. But it's easier to do that because they're always prospecting for leads. But when you're prospecting for a lead or a deal, somebody to list their commercial property, whatever type it is, if they don't want to do it, they should. Not all of them will do that. They should transition or, hey, you're not selling now or you're buying right now. So they have that pool of buyers ready to go. And a lot of the time, so it may take a long time to sell it, or it just depends on the property and the price point or whatever and other factors that go into that. But they're definitely trying to double dip, but they're not under the same restrictions that residential agents are, that commercial broker, because on the residential side, the government / powers that be look at it as consumer protection over residential agents, whereas on the commercial side, it's more of a thing. Everybody's an investor. You should know better. If this go down or whatever, not saying just out there just renegades, but I'm just saying the restrictions on things that you can do are different because you are committed as an investor. You have to do your own due diligence. We're not going to protect you on a lot of the same things that they would in a residential situation, meaning the government. Yeah.
Welcome, Dave Darden, as well as Kira. Welcome in. Dave, I'd like to get an update on that property that you have on the contract with the realtor. How's that going? Brandon Lewis said, I've seen every episode of Martin, another classic. I'm the same way. I probably watch every episode twice or more.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's that good.
I can't tell you nothing. I know the character. Yeah. I'm like, I can't tell you anything. Yeah. Like I said, during that time I was working at night, so I missed a lot of, night TV or stuff. So, now, surprisingly, one of my friends got me hooked on this. I never saw it in its entirety. And I normally, this is not a racist thing, but it is what it is. I normally don't get into white comedies because I don't get the comedy a lot of times or whatever. But the King of Queens, like that's my joint. I go to bed on that every night off of TV Land. It coming on at 10 Central. I go to bed off King of Queens every night.
I know the show that you're talking about. I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, that's my joint. Like Seinfeld. See, I never got that. That's not funny to me.
Seinfeld was hilarious to me.
Yeah, I never got that. I never got that. So with King of Queens, I love it, man. It's but
you gotta. Everybody's talking about Martin. You gotta watch Martin. But I mean, if it's just watched it,
it's not. You see, y'all assuming I ain't never watched it before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gather that you have watched it before. You just didn't.
Yeah, it's like for me, I can watch it, but it ain't nothing I'm gonna watch. Like if I'm going to somebody's house, they got it on. It ain't like I'm just sitting there and suffering. or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's too silly, right? You know, I don't know how to explain it. Just too silly or whatever. But whatever, you know, obviously everything ain't for everybody or whatever. So.
Right. Yeah. And Edward Thing said you need to watch Mama's Family.
I watched that. I know what you're talking about. I hadn't watched it in a long time. And I probably would maybe appreciate it more watching it now as a grown person versus that's one of those 70 comments also. I would probably understand it better.
Somebody was talking about King of Queens. Brandon said King of Queens is a favorite. Doug and Carrie are hilarious.
Arthur, man, that would make the show. You know, Arthur daddy. You know what I'm saying? Her daddy.
Yeah, I used to watch Love. You remember Love and Married?
We
talk about that.
Who's in that?
I don't know the acting. Like, I'm not good with names.
Oh, okay.
But Love and Married was a comedy series as well.
Nah, I never got into that.
Yeah.
I never got into that.
What's his name? Joe Grill did put in a property.
Okay, let's get it.
All right. This is in Zion, Illinois.
Okay. What's it say? I'm ready.
Oh, okay. My fault. 2212 Elizabeth Avenue. Yeah, Al Bundy. That was the guy's name from Love and Marriage.
Married with Kids.
Married with Kids. I don't know what I'm saying. That was the name of the song, I think.
What's the name of this city?
This is Zion, Illinois.
You said 2212? Oh,
Yeah.
I see it.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
You got to take them your cool shades off, bro.
I'm in here, man.
Come on now. You did the same thing last night. I was like, you can't see.
Hey, man, you realize you can't see. I'm in here, man. Let me take them off. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's get it. Let's see.
Do your eyes ever bother you at night because you're on the computer screen all the time?
Well, I have very poor vision. I
yeah.
So I wear contacts though. You know, I don't even own a pair of glasses, but I've never had. But I wear contacts, and I had just had a prescription change, and it wasn't right. So after it ain't been quite a month, but close. I just had to go, but these ain't working, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what was happening was because of me on online a lot. You know, whatever. And over the time, it seemed like the contacts they gave me were cheap. They would just wear out. I use dailies, so they would just wear out over the course of the day. I go to Pearl Vision, and I was using their brand, and then I know they probably sent it because they get a big markup on it. I said, no, that ain't gonna work for me. I need to go back to what
can they put something in your contacts with the blue blocker thing that they be talking about? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a real good question.
Yeah, everybody talking about Married with Children. Yeah, that's the name.
Yes, I never got into that either. Really? That was one of those. Like I said, it's too silly. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain it.
So the other show that you talk about is not silly?
What's that?
King of Queens.
It almost is. It almost is. But it's I see it would be nothing I would have never watched. But a friend of mine, she got me into watching it years ago. She did just watch it one time with me. She said, matter of fact, let me pick the episode that you watch. Right. So when it came on that night,
they haven't make no new episodes of that show, right?
I think it stopped coming on maybe like 2011, 12, something like that. So they had like 6 or 7 seasons, you know. Okay. So yeah. But anyway,
Zion, Illinois.
All right.
What you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at just you know what just it's like what people would find funny, what some other people don't find funny.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's some just
people,
you know.
Yeah, some people find some stuff too what's the word? Either they may not find something funny because it's they think it's off limits on what they're talking about, right? And so, I got to watch. It's going in comedy. It's going to sort of be hard to offend me. I don't care if it's some derogatory to black people, whatever.
Yeah.
If it's funny, I'm probably gonna laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? If it's funny, it's funny. So to me or whatever.
Okay.
So, but some people like that's not funny, cause and I know sometimes it's just personal. But even if it's something that I personally went through, or a family member, if it's funny, it's just
that's
funny,
why
man.
it's funny, because you've been through it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's funny,
because you've been through it before.
Yeah.
So it's true. You know what I'm saying?
I remember one time I'm doing what I need to do, guys.
Okay, I guess.
I had went to see Mike Epps one time here in Birmingham, right? At the Start On. And this dude got up while he was in the middle of his act, and I guess he was going to the bathroom or something. And so Mike started going off on him, right?
Okay.
So the lady that was with him, I think she was his sister or something like that, she started going off with him because they said the dude, had some, mental, what do you call it? Disabilities.
Okay.
And so, so it was funny, you know what I'm saying? And so he sort of got pulled back on it, like, man, I'm sorry, ma'am, I didn't know, blah. So the opening act, his name is Henry Welch. He's from Birmingham, but he travels with Mike, tour with Mike. They say he's done it for years.
Mm-hmm.
So Henry had already did his show. He's funny. He's funny. So he came out and went off on that lady. Like, this a comedy show. Don't bring his R word here to the show. And said, don't let him get up and go to the bathroom. Mike was just
I always, because I'll go to a live comedy show, and it amazes me that people don't understand that you might get ragged on.
Yeah, especially. I'll tell you, I give you one. I went to see Kevin Hart before he got big. He was big at the time, but not big as he is now. He was at that same comedy club here in Birmingham. And so chick I went with, she loved him. I don't think it's funny. I ain't think it's funny then. I ain't think it's funny now.
Like at all? Like,
but I respect his business acumen to take that and leverage it into an empire. I don't think it's funny, right?
Like you've never laughed at a Kevin Hart joke.
I ain't gonna say I've never laughed at a joke, but when you think somebody's funny, I can make you laugh or whatever. I make them get one good off. But if you're a comedian up there, you just probably just bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying? Just constantly, I'm gut busted. That's what that's what my expectations are for a really good comedian. But again, people like different stuff. And so anyway, so we were sitting right in the front. And the way this comedy club is really a bad seat, even though I could touch the stage. But the way they have it designed, you have to almost like you have your back turned. If I was going to sit at my table the way I should, I would have my back turned to him. And they brought my food as soon as he came out to start his show. And I like to eat my food hot. Like I literally like my stuff out the skillet if I can get it. Like I could be standing there with the plate or whatever. So of course, you ain't gonna get that in the rest, but it was still hot. So I was gonna eat it. And so I had my back turned because I don't think he's funny, right?
Who, Kevin Hart?
Yeah. Anyway, so she's sitting there just laughing, whatever. And so he gonna say
he got on you.
So I had a red shirt on, so it made it easy for him to pick me out because I had a red shirt on, right?
Now, was you the only person with your back turned to him in the whole?
I would like turn around like that and just just occasionally whatever. But I was trying to eat my food because I wanted to eat it hot or whatever. So he going through his act. So he's like, damn, you see me up here making these jokes and you sitting there just eating. You know what I'm saying? You don't think I'm funny, blah blah. So I just laughing or whatever. And he said, I'm serious. You're like, you got your back turned to me, blah, 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 blah. And so I just looked back again and said, man, look like he really big. I said, I'm going to leave him alone, like that or whatever. Okay. So I just didn't. I didn't think it. You know what I'm saying? He's not funny.
But that's all. That's as far as he went. He just said,
yeah. That's as far as it went. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as it went.
It was gonna be a whole
routine. My point is, I would have been cool with that because I sit my butt in the front. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that unless you're ready to get ragged on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're at the front.
And then sometimes you'll go see a comedian and you don't know. If it were me, especially if I know I'm sensitive, I guess you have to know yourself. If you're sensitive like that, you probably need to. There's too many videos on YouTube and places that you can go see their acts. Like a lot. I really like Corey Holcomb. Don't go see him if you're sensitive about certain relationship topics.
Yeah.
Don't go see him.
D.L. Hewley, he'll find somebody in the audience and just rag them the whole entire
night. He does. But people think he does that through the whole show. Really, he'll do that sort of like at the end or whatever. Yeah. He'll just sort of do it at the end or whatever. But
I'm not a big deal.
But I think he's funny. Now, I think he's really funny.
I'm not a big fan. And I've seen him live. I went to Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
And he was the least funny comedian out of all of them when I went.
No, Steve Harvey the least funny to me. You know what I'm saying?
No, Steve Harvey was funnier. What I like about Steve Harvey is him live. He's funnier than when you see him in the movies and stuff like that.
Well, I watched the King of Comedy. You know, out of them four, he was the least funny. They say that's why they put him as more like the host because he's the least funniest, right? So now you don't have to do an entire set. That was intentionally done on that thing because he's the least funniest.
That's just your style. Your style of comedy, I think, is just you. You see what I'm saying? Like when I watch Martin,
I ain't saying he ain't funny. I ain't saying he ain't funny. I said he just like they say she's pretty, she's prettier. I ain't say she wasn't pretty. I said she's prettier. You know, a lot of people say, "Well,
you don't think is the funniest in Kings of Comedy?"
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. I totally agree.
Number two said. DL, then Steve, in my opinion.
Not Cedric Entertainer?
I said.
Y'all used to say it. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, Steve and DL Hewley, I can agree with you that it's about on the same level. Edward Thames is saying the Steve Harvey show was hilarious. But that had let me see the Steve Harvey show. I'm trying to think who was in that show.
Sayed was in that show. He was a principal.
Oh yeah. We was dating the. He was
married
to somebody in there. Yeah.
He liked the chick, one of the school teacher or the. I think he was a teacher. Right. He liked the principal. I think the way the storyline went.
Right.
Anyway,
Anthony Bolton said Steve Harvey is not funny anymore.
I'm
into movies now, you know.
I'm watching on CNN what's in the background. They playing. They got. I guess he in North Carolina buying somewhere. Look like they gave him some cocaine or something. Look like he woke up today.
Did you watch that last night?
We were on the line last night. So I talked to Talking Heads afterwards, and man. We ain't gonna get into no politics, but man,
I know I ain't gonna get into
Well, come on, man. You know, like you already know what Trump he gonna say what he gonna say or whatever. Come on, man. Just go on and step aside, get the folks, that side of the thing a real chance, man. That's terrible, man. You done had your shine, man. Anyway, so we got the thing pulled up. Okay. Here it's amazing how politics, like they interviewed Kamala, whatever her name is, Kamala Harris after the thing. Mm-hmm. You ask a politician, is the sky blue or not? Well, the sun was there before the sky, and God, yes or no, is the sun? I say, do they go to school for that? Like you could ask them a question. I don't care how many times you ask them in different ways, they gonna deflect to say whatever they want to say. That is.
And I think a lot of reasons why they do that a lot is because they know they're being recorded. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to answer that.
So just telling the truth. Telling the truth is just off the table. But I already know you to that level. That level of politics, you are an extremely huge liar. I don't care what side of it is. Just some of them a little bit more liar than others. You can't rise to that level of politics without being
And that's probably the reason why I
really
don't
a
even
flat out
be watching
scumbag.
it.
You want to be truthful about it, huh?
You said what you say, Tim?
I say you can't rise to that level of politics without actually being a flat out scumbag in most cases.
Scumbag.
Oh,
now you're getting into politics.
I'm just being real. But that's that. I ain't picking. I'm not picking sides. I'm telling they all the same.
It's all the same.
It's all the same, man. Anyway, so what we got here?
All right.
I told y'all I don't want me to have no show. all this at the end.
I said that'll be a whole another channel.
Okay? Yeah, all this would have to end. But anyway, so what we got here? So looks like all right, your properties are 1912. We got a 1930, 1928, 68. That's a little outlier, but we'll work with it. Looks like they're averaging about 112,000. When I say they, I mean buyers is what they're paying. As far as square footage, nothing really crazy here. So you need to get this property who's trying to make money, probably 100K or less. I'm probably going to say more like 90 or less, right? But definitely 100K or less to probably make 10 grand, 90, give you an opportunity to make possibly 20.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Makes sense.
But yeah.
Yes, sir. Now I'm interested to ask you about several different movies and TV shows that you either liked or disliked.
Let's go.
Let's go. I don't know, because
let's go.
I watched Seinfeld, but it was funny to me.
Yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, go.
I'm glad I'm not sensitive. Oh, bro, that was terrible.
But no, see, I tried. I ain't no perfect person by no means, guys. You won't believe this flaw that. But I tried this simple. Don't like we use relationships.
Let me ask you this: Did you like Gladiator? Which is not a comedy.
Yeah. That's good.
And you're gonna watch the new one, right?
Oh, there's a new one coming out. Who's gonna be there? Who's gonna be Russell Crowe?
Denzel is gonna be in it.
He gonna be Russell Crowe? He's too old.
No. He's gonna be in it, but Denzel. Well, Russell Crowe.
It's been the role he can play.
He died, right? In the
who?
Russell Crowe.
Well, I guess technically that's what supposed to have happened. Yeah,
he died. Yeah. What was you about to ask me?
I was just saying, like the way I operate. You say I'm glad I'm not too sensitive. The way I like to operate is especially even with relationships, right? Like okay, so like my phones. Now, I guess we are.
What?
I'm not gonna look in your phone. Don't look at mine.
Okay.
Right. Like, but some people.
I think that's a good way to be.
I'm just using examples. Like, now, just say you go out there and do something you don't supposed to do. If it come back to you, you know what I'm saying? The same treatment. You know what I'm saying? What the treatment you expected or the forgiveness that you gave or was given, I think you should be given the same or whatever.
So you're talking about karma.
Yeah, just that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna give some good vibes, I'm normally gonna expect it too. Or if I feel a certain way about it, I ain't gonna be tore up if I feel like my intent was not bad or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I am understanding, like some people like say everybody been raised different. You had different experiences and different and other relationships.
Now, are we still talking about relationships or are you talking
no,
about
I'm just
movies?
talking about in general. We was talking about you saying not being sensitive because you said Seinfeld and I said terrible.
Yeah.
I said terrible. You know what I'm saying? But if you tell me something that I think was good, terrible,
I think that's just your honest opinion. That's just your honest opinion. I'm not opinionated, at all.
Well,
and nobody should, because I give my honest opinion about stuff too. So I get.
Well, what else? What else you got?
I was trying to think of some. Now, do you like what's the cat that not Cat Williams? No, I don't want to know. Cat. Everybody loves Cat Williams.
Yeah.
What's the other guy though that he has really intelligent comedy to me. They used to have the show. Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, we agree on Dave Chappelle. Okay.
Yeah. Chappelle show, one of the great shows ever, man.
Yeah. But I'm just saying his recent comedy.
Yeah, that's funny. It's real.
Funny to me.
It makes you think. It's like you know, one of the things he said that is funny, but it makes you think. Like, well, no, I ain't gonna get it. I ain't gonna say that.
I'm gonna go deep.
No, that'd be too deep.
Anthony Bolton says Denzel is supposed to be a general in Hannibal's army in the new Gladiator.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Anthony, because I didn't know what role he was playing, but I just knew he was going to be starring in the next. Okay. I don't know if that's good or bad, but okay. Have you seen some? Do you love Denzel as an actor?
Awesome.
Okay. Have you seen a bad movie that Denzel has been in?
That's a good question.
Because
I hadn't seen all of them. I've probably seen most of them. If you start to point out some movies, you know, obviously within the actor, you're gonna have some better than others, but none of them are technically bad. You know, so
that's what I said. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad.
You know, he's done a very good job of choosing the right roles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's true.
Even some of the best have been in bad movies. That means you just chased a check or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He chooses his movies.
Yeah.
My understanding is he get paid even if the movie is made or not. He get his check first.
Well, yeah, he's on that level. Been on that level.
Like Will Smith.
Yeah, so yeah.
Brandon is asking, do y'all like the comic Earthquake? He's pretty funny, and Sinbad was good.
Yeah, both of those.
I used to like Sinbad.
Yeah, both of those. Yeah.
I like Earthquake. I like Earthquake.
Yeah, I like.
But he's like from that area too, right? Atlanta.
He's like from Baltimore, I think, somewhere up there.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like from Birmingham or something.
Yeah,
like that. Who was this comedian that you just said? I've never heard of him before.
Henry Welch.
Henry Welch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
He's pretty funny. Yeah.
He travels.
He said. I don't know if it was this time or the other time. He said he was giving examples of celebrities that are dead and the ones that shouldn't be dead and the ones that should be dead. He said Prince is dead, but Bobby Brown is alive.
That is actually hilarious.
He gave more examples like that. That was too funny, man.
I'm not even going to speak on that.
They say Prince dead, but Bobby Brown's still alive. That was funny, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So you know,
on so many levels, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, so you know, Ricky Smiley is from Birmingham too, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so he was going through his thing or whatever, and just out of the blue, and he said, and by the way, F Ricky Smiley. he said, I can say that because I'm from West End and his B, you know what, is from Woodlawn. He said, but he was just being funny. I think
he never had him on his tour or something.
No, I think he was just being funny. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He just knew people because he was here in Birmingham, people were gonna get it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think they have an issue or whatever. It was just real funny.
Okay. Yeah. They don't need to be having no problem, man.
Yeah, it was just real funny. Yeah, so.
Let me see. Sims Cello.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I think that's what they're saying, sir. Is there a number that I can reach you? I tried contacting you one time before. I lost contact. I want to learn. This is on Instagram.
Oh, okay. My thing about to go out.
Sims Cello.
Yeah. Well, my email address is here. You say you're trying to learn. Well, you see, the thing is, giving me a call, you ain't gonna learn that way because I'm not gonna give you that much time. I'm just being real with you, right? Mm-hmm. Everything you need to know is right there on my YouTube channel. Well, if you're on YouTube right now, but it's on my YouTube channel.
Well, on Instagram. We're on Instagram.
Well, Instagram, yeah. If you're on Instagram, that's some people don't use YouTube like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to learn something, I don't know a better place, Tori.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
I've learned so many things.
Oh my God.
I'm so shocked. When I'm talking to people just in general life that they don't utilize Utah, it just blows my mind.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind, but it also frustrates me at the same time. I don't know what this gentleman is talking about right here, But if you're really trying to learn, it's just like I knew nothing about TikTok shops outside of what me and you conversation and maybe a little scrolling. So I got in my mind, I want to learn about it. So guess what I did, Tori? I've engulfed myself. I was up in the middle of the night. I wake up sometimes I can't go back to sleep. So I started pounding down videos, right? So having a conversation with me on the phone, you're not going to get what you're looking for, my man, right? You need to go to my YouTube channel, over 1,000 videos. If you include the YouTube shorts, almost 2,000. So anyone that really wants to know about wholesaling houses, if you really want to know about it, everything you need to know is right there on that YouTube channel. You know, because again, that conversation you have with me is not going to give you what you want. Because that 5 or 10 minutes, you know, you're not going to learn the process. You know, and so and guess what? If you'd have been watching enough of my YouTube channel, my phone number is all over a lot of those videos. Right? This actual phone right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to put the work in. Having that 5-minute conversation, that ain't gonna get you what you need. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do offer paid coaching. That'll get you what you need, but there's some serious freight on that. I'm trying to give you the free option, right? So just being real.
Consume the videos. There's tons of them.
Tons of them, man. It's all there, you know. Like, but again, like even though the people that I was listening to, they trying to sell stuff, but they know they have to give a certain amount of value, right, for you to pull out a credit card, a debit card. Now, because I am a little versed in how stuff works, I know Torian, he'll fill in the blanks. I can ask ChatGPT or whatever. I just need to be pushed in the direction a little bit. But they give out a ton of information. It just a topic like that, just endless videos on TikTok. Even with Wholesale, I'm not the only game in town. I'll be pressed to know that anyone that has put out more content than I have of value. You know what I'm saying? Not just talking in circles, but actually telling you, giving you real instructions on what to do or whatever. But it's other people out there in different lanes, different business, or just anything, you know. And so I wanted to learn. So just keep it on TikTok shops. So and Torian been pushing me to do this for years. And it's amazing sometimes you don't listen to people, and you should have been listening to him. He said I need to do a hardcover book. All right. So TikTok shop, you can't sell a digital product, you can't sell an ebook, right? So I was up at 3 a.m. I wanted to see how to get a book published, right? So, you know, so I found just one video. This chick broke it down with the different publishers. Well, I look for on-demand books, so that may be a little different. I may have to look for something else because you have to have the actual.
I feel like that's probably the best way, though. You know, on demand.
Well, that would be considered drop shipping, right? They want you to have the physical products. If you're going to, not TikTok affiliate, your own TikTok shop. If I say I got a quantity of 100, then that's the way they're gonna market it. And so now they can say it's sold out. Versus even if I got 1,000 orders, they won't get it. It won't get to 1,000 orders because I say I got 100 of them. You know what I'm saying? So now,
well, I think the thing is the shipping times. You know, because
you have to. They have
people
to be
are going to go to China, but as long as they can get there fast enough, they cool.
Yeah. They say you don't want to play that game though.
Yeah,
they say you don't want to play that game. You know, you can probably set it up that way. But, you know, like if I was going to do the books, like me and Tori and I are working on it now, we'll probably just order at least, you know, I don't know, a couple hundred or whatever. I don't know how interested people
have them in stock.
Just have them in stock, and I'll just sit there on TikTok and just talk about it. You know, just probably just what we're doing right now, just sitting there answering questions. And people that like to read, they'll order the book. You know, I'm not a reader. So that's part of the reason why I never did it, because I'm not a reader. I like to learn by someone telling me what to do or whatever. So people learn in different ways or whatever. So
most definitely.
But yeah, but to answer that person's question, having a conversation, if you trying to start out, that ain't gonna get you what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because because once you ask me a question, I think a video, which gonna probably be any question you ask me. Once you ask me a question that I know I have tons of content on, I'm gonna push you that way anyway. So, because you got to put the work in. If you're not willing to do it, well, I don't learn that way. Well, then you have to pay for that way that you're learning, that you know how to learn. So if you don't have that option or you have the resources to pay for it, so you're gonna let that stop you. Like I just said, I don't like to read, but guess what, Tori? if that was the only option on me learning what I needed to learn, because I can't afford the other option that I like to learn through, I'm going to learn through the option that's available to me. If I really want to do it.
Yeah. Because I'm really into audiobooks right now, but I do YouTube. Don't get me wrong, like I do that a lot. But I know there's some content sometimes that are not on YouTube.
Yeah,
that you can get in other ways. So
yeah,
And somebody said Lavelle Crawford is funny.
Oh my God, yes, yeah.
Now, where is he from?
St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think he's funny.
I've seen him multiple times. He now he's lost weight, so it ain't as funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's still funny. It's still funny. It just made it funnier when he was just huge or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because he talk about Chick-fil-A and that what is it called? What is that sauce? What are the different sauces at Chick-fil-A?
With the start with a P.
Start with a P. Oh my God!
That everybody eats.
Somebody will say it, but
we get a lot of comedians coming through Memphis, and sometimes I'm hesitant. Like Martin is supposed to be coming.
I've seen him here in Birmingham too.
But like if somebody like Eddie Murphy came, oh man, I wouldn't hesitate. Like I wouldn't.
Do you want that? Ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
See, Eddie
Polynesian.
They say he's talking about doing something on Netflix.
You hear me? The Polynesian.
Yeah, Polynesian style. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. Oh my God. So, but it's hard for somebody. It's hard for somebody like Eddie to do comedy now. Because he's stand-up comedy, because he's been so disconnected to the normal people that he can have writers and he'll probably could pull it off, but it's different when you can experience stuff. It's been so long that that he's experienced just normal life because he's been rich so long and in that Hollywood world that he don't have a sense of reality of what you and I go through.
I would take jokes about that.
Well, yeah, he can. I'm saying I'm not. Trust me, I'm not saying that he couldn't still be funny, because he gonna have writers to connect all that stuff, and he just can pull it off and put in his input on it or whatever. But it's harder, I think, and the reason they don't do it a lot, and once they get to that level, it ain't meant to get to that level, that they still do stand up like that. Because they just so disconnected. Man, Eddie been around since the 80s, man. He been making that bread a long time.
It would be epic. It would be epic.
Oh, yeah, they've been making that bread a long time.
KGN said, can you go over partnering on hotels and motels? I missed that.
Okay, so now the same, if you go back and watch the Flipper North 313 from last night, that same method, or you can go watch my more recent video on building a self-storage list. That same method of using Yellow Pages along with ChatGPT to build lists, you can use it for hotel motels. Again, the larger the city, the less likely you're going to get the owner on the phone, the mom and pop situation. I ain't saying not to target those. I'm just trying to create real expectations, right? Okay, so how to have that conversation with her. I'll put the script into the Telegram group also for hotel motels, and what information you'll need, and then where to submit your leads also is there in the group. So you could text the word ball to 205-964-5243. But you just need to collect their information.
And we haven't had anybody to respond to you about the whatever's hot right now, or have you?
Which one?
You wanted some topics that are hot right now.
You know what? I sort of figured out a way to do that without having to do that, I think.
Because I was on Ozempic, but I looked it up. It's a foreign company that owns Ozempic.
It's a foreign company that owns Ozempic. Yeah. Matter of fact, the video that I want to send you, that's what it's That's what it's about, talking about Ozempic and how that
Okay.
really how that came about. But it's really talking about the history of food and processing.
Yeah, I definitely
and
want to watch
the, and the health that comes, good health comes with it, or
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
watching that today. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm really into that kind of stuff.
yeah. So
Jesse Houston is saying, I've learned and done wholesaling residential properties, but what's your perspective on how easy and the difference with land and commercial like storage, hotel, and car washes, and opinion on Airbnb? That's a lot, but
okay. Yes, I think I got it all though. I'm trying
okay.
to send you this right now. So all right. So now hotels and motels. Hold on, let me plug this iPad up real quick.
The battery going down.
Yeah, y'all got us in here, so we good. Long story good, we good. We're gonna keep talking.
Oh yes, sir. I skipped over KGM before that. She said, "Oh, okay. There are some in my hometown." I guess she's referring to the hotels and motel. You mean call them to see if they want to sell? I'm from rural North Carolina. Okay,
Yeah.
So,
but you're not limited. You're using Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages is nationwide, right? You're not limited to your town. You got the entire country to work
right,
on.
yeah,
The
the
entire
hotel,
country, like literally, the way I show you how to do it there. So, but okay, so he says he's wholesale some houses.
This
Okay,
is it.
so
Wholesale residential properties.
yeah, so
Learned and done wholesaling.
okay. Yeah, so I wish I had that opportunity when I started years ago. Someone like myself was willing to offer up an opportunity to partner with them on that side of the game. Number one, it is harder in the sense that, well, no, it's not. It's not harder. It takes longer, right? It takes longer to put deals together. So, but if you got a bunch of them working at the same time, you won't know the difference once they start hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Paydays are a lot larger. So the trade-off is the paydays are a lot larger. The investors / owners are more sophisticated than residential owners in most cases. So you have to get over that part of it. But if you approach it the way I've been recently telling people to approach it by, you let them know you're wholesaling without actually using the term wholesaling, which you can say it, but I'm just a smoother way of doing it. Then that takes out the part of it where boots on the ground or is it really that important. You have the entire country to target. You'll have more investors living in different places, want to buy in different places, from anywhere, everywhere is basically what that sort of means. And so, so that's the difference. You're still dealing with people that own this real estate. They retire, they get in bad financial situations, divorce, death, inheritance, which a lot of those go together, sort of. Partnerships break up. A lot of times when I say retiring, these people that, especially you got a huge number of baby boomers that own a lot of real estate, own a lot of businesses, right? And they're retiring, their kids don't have anything to do with it. From that, they doing their own thing, from resentment, a combination of things. So a lot of times, profitable businesses, they don't even sell it, they just shut them down, right? They don't even try to sell it. So those are opportunities. So now you talk about self-storage, multifamily, hotel, motels, maybe some land or whatever. Those are opportunities. So they own most of the real estate in this country as a group, right? And most of them are retiring now. So it's just they call it a wealth transfer, a huge the greatest wealth transfer in history is happening right now, really, but over the next 10 years. So that all those assets have to go somewhere. So again, I wish I had to, now you're not just starting out because you already done some deals, but anyone that's just watching right now, I wish I had that opportunity when I started to be able to tap into a source like myself to be able to, to get in that side of the game. Now you really don't get any coaching per se, in the sense that, we provide you a way to build lists. We provide you the script lingo to be able to have the conversation. Now, you turn it over to us. You know, we're going to let you follow the deal, go through our CRM system, but you're really not getting the coaching. Now, I do have an option where you can actually, I guess you say, peek over my shoulder or shadow me or whatever by, you know, going through deals. And I post a couple of times a week. I'll answer any questions in that paid group. Right now, it's only $97 a month. I'll just tell you what it is. Right. And so you can watch that. So I already got tons of stuff already in there because we've been doing it about a month now or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I put up how to underwrite. I showed you I was underwriting a potential self-storage deal. So I go through that entire process, the underwriting Google sheet that we use to run the numbers or whatever. But so you can see it. And that's peanuts to see that type of knowledge, filling out contracts, how we put owner financing deals together. All of that's already in there right now on multiple deals. So when we close one in that time over the next probably 3 months, 2 to 3 months, so you'll see that entire process to a particular deal. You know, I don't know what type of price should be on that or whatever. So, but once that actually happens, that 97 will go up tremendously. I wish I would have did it from the beginning, but you know, it is what it is. You learn, you know better, you do better. So hopefully I answered their question.
Yeah, the last part of the question was opinion on Airbnb.
Oh, I've looked into it. It's nothing. I've never pulled the trigger on it. I tell you the flip side of talking about commercial, and I'm gonna go ahead and edit that video and put it up. I've had it in the can for over a month with my guy. And what's his last name? What's his name? I can't even think of my man's name. But anyway, he does what they call boutique motels or hotels. And basically what it is just taking normally it's a motel, and you converting it into a destination place instead of doing a single house Airbnb or condo or something. So you may have 25, it's a 25 key, they call them keys in the hotel bit or rooms if you want to use that to understand. 25 units, but you automate all of them. Basically, you get rid of the clerk desk and turn that into a self-service portion. So now you just have somebody coming in cleaning as needed, right? So it's totally automated. So you get rid of a significant part of the cost of running an actual hotel or motel, and it's converted into basically an Airbnb motel or hotel, because it's so automated, similar to the way people do with their Airbnb houses or whatever, right? And so now instead of having 25 different houses all over the place, if you had that, and it probably cost you more, you have them all in one place. So it's easy that now you can scale like that because you have them all at one place. Now, normally you're putting them in destination places where people like to travel, you know, maybe close to some water or something, or mountains or something like that. But once I do that interview, but he has a ton of content on YouTube. I can't think of my man's name. Let me see. I damn interviewed him. Got his number in my phone.
So that I thought you were saying 25 and 1. You saying he's automating 25 properties in that area?
No. You got a hotel with 25 keys, 25 rooms.
Okay.
You automate each room where people can let themselves in and out.
Oh, okay.
The area where the clerk normally is at a hotel motel, you treat that, you turn that into where they can get their own towels, you know, whatever they need, coffee, whatever, they're doing it themselves. So you don't have an actual employee working there doing that.
Oh,
so it's an Airbnb. The whole all 25 of those are Airbnb. So, but when they go in to renovate, it. They may turn. It may have been originally 50, and they turned it into 25 to make bigger rooms.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? And they just automated the whole thing. So now you have all of that at one place instead of trying to have 50 houses around, running around like a chicken with your head cut off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now when you got a cleaning person, you just got one cleaning person that can handle all of those on a daily basis. And so it just scaling it all in one location, right?
Yeah.
Just that quick, you got 25 Airbnbs on one location, basically. That they call it a boutique motel or hotel.
I didn't even know. Well, when you on Airbnb, you do see when you searching, they'll call it a condo or whatever, but it's like a hotel room when you really look at it, you know. Yeah. So that's probably what it is, you know.
His name is Blake Daly. I'm sorry, that's what it is.
Blake Daly.
Blake Daly. But he has a ton of video. He got a really good channel on YouTube.
But you have a video with interviewing.
Yeah, I just need to edit it and put it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow since I've been saying I was choosing between him and a land dude, so I'll just go ahead and do Blake's over the weekend, and I get it up.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Diana Riley says, good afternoon, everyone. Ty, I was just wondering, is Tampa still a hot market? Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. Yes.
And Jesse Houston put in multi-unit, but I think you addressed that question about multi-units, commercial, hotel. It's just a longer process, but the payday is larger.
Yes.
You did address that.
Can easily be 10 times more, easily, minimum. It can be more than that. Life changing.
So this is a question I have is when you get these guys that are managing like multi-unit, are you trying to get access to the owner through them, or just let it go?
Well, they can still try. You can always ask. Like the person that's at the, that's might be a property manager or something like that. You can always transition that. Whenever you get on the phone, you can go about it one or two ways. If you know it's a property manager that you're talking to, right? Before you even call, that's probably you're gonna get on the phone.
Right.
You call them and ask them, are they buying right now? Do you know if the owner's buying right now, right? And then when they say not, are they buying any more multifamily?
Oh, okay.
And if they are, boom, good. So don't even, you know what I'm saying? But if they say no, you could flip it on and say, you think he'd be interested in selling these units here? Like that.
Oh,
and sometimes they're just going to be called. They probably get called all the time. It just don't depend on the person that you get. They could be very offended, or they could be like, yeah, I'm tired of this job anyway. You know what I'm saying? This will be a week, or I can tell my husband, oh, he sold it. I don't have to work there no more. So you never know what's on people's minds. And then the owner may have told them, just had a conversation, just left there, said, you know what, Mary, I'm thinking about selling this place, and me and Martha, we about to move down, to Florida or whatever. See if you can find me a buyer for it. It might just be some of your timing just may be perfect on it. I'm just saying though, when you get the property manager to know people, don't have high expectations. You're gonna be able to get what you're looking for. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just trying to create the right expectations.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So this show was minimally funny to me, but Rebecca brought it up, and I wanted to get your opinion.
Okay.
Everybody hates Chris.
I think that was around the time I was working.
So you never watched that either?
No. You know what? No. I watched it. I watched it. You talking about Chris Rock's story, basically. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
Because I think they're doing a reboot of that as a cartoon.
It was okay. A lot of time when they have those kid actors, when they grow up, that's when it's not funny anymore. Like
they grow up.
Yeah, like of course now Gary Coleman was older than what we thought, but even when he hit puberty, whatever that meant for him, he wasn't as funny, right? But he was.
But we were kids when we was watching them, though.
Yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know. You didn't have the internet to know he was 50. No, I'm just tripping. But no, like so he was on Good Times and the Jeffersons.
I don't remember. I do remember.
Yeah, he was on an episode of Good Times when James had died, and when Janet Jackson was on there as Penny. He was on one episode of that, and then he was on like either one or two on the Jefferson. Hilarious, probably couple of their best episodes ever.
And I just recently, I was on Facebook, and I didn't realize that it's not Penny. Penny was Janet Jackson, right?
Yeah.
What was her mother? The one that burnt her or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Tootie's mother. You know, Tootie from the Facts of Life.
You
That's her
sure?
mother. I just found that out. Yeah, that's her mother.
I don't know. Let's look that
The
up.
one that burnt.
What her name
yeah.
is? Kim Fields.
Yeah, Kim Fields. That was her mother. I didn't even know that. Like, I'm like, really?
No, that's not accurate. You mean the one that burnt Ken?
Right.
Oh,
Kim.
not Walona, but the one that was actually Penny Mama on the show.
Right. Yeah.
Oh
her.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. You're right. That's
her.
Yeah. Okay. I ain't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I just found that out. I was blown away by that. I didn't know that was her mother.
She looked good.
I used to watch Facts of Life. That too. Yes. Yeah. Kira said that. Yeah, that's her real mother in real life.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
You can see it
Diane
too.
Riley says we were just glad to see more blacks on. Yeah, that's right. Like when all those shows like Good Times, we was just happy to see some shows that we could see ourselves. You know
Yeah. You know, and I wasn't sure about it. And when I was at one of the last times I was at home back in my hometown, and I don't know who I was talking to, but I said, you know why, James? We were watching Good Times. I said, you know why James left the show? I said, matter of fact, let me just let ChatGPT tell you. So it basically, in a nutshell, from my understanding, the way I understood it, is that, you know, he wasn't happy about, because he was a strong, black male father figure on the show, even though they were in the ghetto or whatever. But he didn't like how silly they made JJ, right? So
this JJ.
Yeah, really. I guess the silly, but
let
really,
me just put this out there.
Really, him.
I used to hate Good Times, literally.
Oh, did you?
And I didn't like the Temptations.
Okay, so
they always show the bad side of.
We'll address that. But so to me, none of them really could act, right? But James, right? Florida was okay. Esther Rose okay.
JJ?
But none of them could. It was cool. I still watch it now if it come on. But I don't really like to watch it if he's not on there. I think he was on that 2 or 3 seasons before they killed him off.
Well, he was a pivotal
that's probably the most famous episode in black sitcom history. The damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
he was a very pivotal part of the show. You can't.
Oh yeah. So I'm saying, that's why that was the dispute. That's why he wasn't on the show. Now he did.
I didn't realize that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a dispute between him and the producers or whatever. So
KGN is asking, back to the hotels, you want off market, correct?
Always off market, man. Always off market. Now I did put out the thing with the Zillow for sale by owner, but we have a game plan with that for land and multifamily. But yeah, definitely always off market, man. Yeah.
That's just like doing Sanford and Son and getting rid of on Esther. Like, you're gonna lose your viewership.
Now she wasn't originally on there. Now she wasn't on season 1. I don't think they had a different lady in her place.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was one of the funniest. That season 1 probably the funniest season.
Because I think she was a model back in the day. You know,
I think she was a stripper.
A stripper, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to Mom's Mabley?
I've never listened to, but I know who you're talking about, but I've never listened to any of her comment. Yeah. But yeah. So what else we got?
Diana Riley says Florida left Good Times because they killed him off. She didn't want it. She was to the last episode, wasn't Florida?
No, she was there to end it.
She was there to the end. Like, I don't remember her ever being.
She might have met James or what. I don't know if she meant.
You might be talking about James.
Yeah, she was there to the end. Yeah,
but Florida stayed to the end.
Yeah, she was there to the end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it.
All right. Okay. So, guys, we didn't got the entertainment in. We got the real estate in. You know what I'm saying? So,
how we do, you know?
Hey, we got the blind mellow jelly in. So, hey, y'all know how we get down. All right. So, I hope you learned something. Learn a little bit more about my silliness and what I think's funny is not funny. Tori and what he thinks is funny, not funny. And so, we're gonna keep it pushing. Keep pushing.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, guys, I guess we'll be back Monday. Holiday week next week. More la time for people. But we still got to get out here and grind, guys. So with that being said, follow me everywhere, subscribe everywhere, like, share, and we'll see you on FLIPSIDE. Have a great weekend. And I want my daddy's records.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.